Hi Taurus, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for December. I hope everybody is well. I am going to take a quick second just to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Taurus out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. And as always, Taurus, please don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Taurus? Taurus. Taurus. All right, Taurus, you're starting out with the Three of Wands. You have the Five of Wands and the Six of Cups reversed. So it looks like you're involved with somebody or in a situation where there's a lot of conflict. I feel like it causes you to have to do a lot of emotional work, and it feels like you're trying to release this person or this situation. However, you're having to wait. You can't just move in and just release it just yet. There's some reason you have to wait, but I feel like that's difficult. You're in the middle of change, but I feel like it's taking a lot of effort for you. Let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Taurus energy. Show me who's in Taurus energy. All right, the person in your energy, we have the Five of Swords. Yeah, there's that conflict. This person is definitely in their ego. We have the World in reverse, and we have the Tower in reverse. So this person is trying to avoid this Tower moment between the two of you. So there's some reason you're having to wait. They feel like something here is incomplete. It's a cycle that's trying to close out but hasn't yet closed out. There's conflict on both sides. I do feel like this person is definitely in their ego. They can be very cutting with their words, and then they try to repair things, but they're literally trying to avoid a Tower moment here. Let me see, and I feel like you might be as well. So let me see the energy between Taurus and this person. Okay, so we have the High Priestess in reverse and the Page of Wands. Yeah, you're dealing with somebody here, Taurus, that is a bit immature. They're very childish here. And you're realizing this. And that's why you're waiting as well. So you're realizing this person acts childishly, particularly with their words. They can be cutting. They just behave irresponsibly. And I feel like you are realizing that you have to hold off. You have to wait for something here, and we'll clarify that. There's almost a sense here that this person, you're realizing this person, can be very sweet, but it's kind of like, it's not, how do I word this? They can behave in a very sweet manner, very childish, very like innocent manner, but it's fake. You're realizing this person is fake. I also feel like some kind of secret came out here. Some kind of secret came out, or something. So let me see what's affecting this connection. Somebody may have found text or messages or emails, and you may not be releasing that. You may not be letting that out the bag yet. Ten of Wands in the reverse. So what's affecting the connection is that these problems that are here are going to be resolved. There's a lot of conflict between you and this person. All of this is going to be resolved. Let me see. Show me the outcome. Nine of Swords in the reverse, yeah. And when it's resolved, there's going to be all this anxiety and stress is going to be released, but it's going to be released when you release this person. See, they're avoiding having a Tower moment. So I feel like they come in and they, almost like gaslight you. You know what they're up to, though. You know what they're up to. And I do feel like this, you know, this situation can be very tenuous, to put it mildly. You're both kind of behaving a little bit like you're unbothered, but you both are. It's like you're in a civil war here, and there's you and there's, you know, having to wait, not acting on what you want to do, feeling maybe that this person even puts you in competition, but there's definitely conflict. And then this person's coming in and gaslighting and trying to act all sweet, but you're on to them. You're on to them. All of this is going to end. Yeah, and with it, the anxiety will go away. Bottom of the deck is Judgment. That is underlying energy. That's a karmic card in this deck. So karma is going to be applied. Judgment is going to be applied in this situation. So let's clarify. Spirit wants the Three of Wands here for Taurus. Oh, Queen of Wands. So did this person try to put you in a third-party situation, Taurus? Either they had a third party or they tried to put you in one. And that's what you know. That's the information you know. I don't know if you intercepted text or something of that nature, but that's why this is ending. There's no stability here, and it's because of this Queen of Wands. But you're having to wait to end this, and you're sitting on information. Secrets. Why is the Five of Wands here? Ah, the Devil. Yeah, so you feel like this person is the devil. You've invested in a toxic situation. All this conflict. Yeah, you've been very patient with this person, though. Now, that being said, there is some sort of toxic energy as well on your side, Taurus, that you have to address, because you've invested in a situation that is very toxic. And so, you know, that's what's creating the conflict. So you have to kind of examine that and look at that as well, on your side as well. So, you know, a toxic situation takes two. And I'm not, you know, throwing shade. I'm just saying that there's something here that has to be examined as well. Why is the Six of Cups here in reverse? All right, we have the Eight of Pentacles and we have the High Priestess. So this secret that is ending this connection, this could be a Queen of Wands. It could be somebody that this person works with. I feel like, yeah, so you can see, like, the secret comes out. The secret comes out. You know this secret. And they suspect you know, but I think you might be holding it. We'll clarify that. But you're waiting to end this connection. It's ending because of this Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands is the secret. And it could be that this person works with this Queen of Wands or works with this person. Now, I do see you throwing yourself into work. I see you also keeping this secret that you know, because you're having to wait. It could be financial. There could be a financial aspect to this. So let's look at this person's energy. Show me why the Five of Swords is here. For the person in Taurus energy. Yeah, they had a choice between two. The Lovers in reverse, Ace of Cups reverse. This person had a choice between two. They were deeply conflicted about what direction they should go in. I feel like there is definitely an ending coming between the two of you if it's not already happened. But this ending is definitely happening because this person is extremely immature. Let me see why the World is in reverse. Nine of Swords and the Five of Wands reverse. Again, trying to avoid conflict. See, they feel like something here between the two of you isn't over. And so this person is trying their best to avoid any kind of conflict. They're trying to avoid a tower moment, but they are definitely up in their head. There's a lot of anxiety this person is experiencing. I feel like this person is losing sleep. They don't know how to resolve the problems that they have here between the two of you. Let me see why the Tower is in reverse. So this is somebody who's very avoidant. You could be dealing with a Gemini or a Libra. All right, we have Justice and we have the Eight of Wands reversed. Yeah, this person is trying to balance things out. However, they're being blocked. Now, if you're in any kind of legal battle with this person, or there's legalities here, I do feel like, you know, this is somebody who is feeling blocked in a legal aspect as well. So this person could have legal problems on their own, because I'm not saying that you do. You might have legal issues with them, but they feel like these legal issues are what's blocking them. Let me see. Show me the energy between Taurus and this person. Oh, you feel like they're a player. All right, so we have the Nine of Cups. You could be dealing with somebody who drinks. We have the Knight of Wands reversed. And we have the World in reverse. Yeah, there's something here that this person can't resolve. They may have also had an ending with somebody that they moved towards, because they had a choice between you and someone else. I feel like they may have moved towards someone else. That would have been this Queen of Wands. And I feel like that ended as well. However, they feel like there's unfinished business, but they're worried about it. They're concerned about it. They're just trying to avoid any more conflict. This person is feeling overwhelmed, and I think they have legal problems. This is someone who's very selfish, though, and they're not allowing this cycle to end between the two of you because they're selfish, and they are, you know, they are somebody who is very juvenile in the way they behave. Now, in your energy, you're seeing them as a player. You're seeing them as selfish. And you're seeing, you know, that your feelings matter as well. But there's a sense here of you waiting to reveal this secret, waiting to reveal what it is that you know. Let me see why the Ten of Wands is in reverse. Yeah, I think you're putting yourself first now, Taurus, whereas before, maybe you were putting this person first. All right, so we have the Four of Cups, and we have the Seven of Cups. So you're pretty much ignoring this person right now. You feel like they're toxic. You feel like, you know, all the arguing, all the conflict between the two of you. You've been really patient with this person, and you feel disrespected by them, which makes sense. I do feel like you feel that you've learned lessons from the past, but you feel like this is something that you're not moving towards. You're feeling like this person didn't respect you. They're a little bit confused about how to resolve all the problems. This person's a mess. They are a mess. They don't want to let you go. They're worried that you're leaving. They're trying to avoid conflict with you. But at the core of it, they don't know how to solve the problems that they created. All right, so let's see the outcome. Show me the outcome at the end of the week. Show me the outcome between Taurus and this person. It's too many. All right, so we have the Hierophant. We have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. All right, so by the end of the week, that's interesting because we have the High Priestess and the Hierophant together. That's a spiritual connection. At the end of the week, I do see that you're both acting like you're unbothered, but you're both very bothered. In fact, I feel like you're both overthinking the situation. Neither of you know which direction to go. You're both feeling very trapped. For some reason, neither of you are able to put an end to this situation, but there's a lot of conflict here, and that's what's causing you to feel trapped and all this anxiety. And you're both trying to act like it's not bothering you, but for both of you it is. So I see you still remaining in this connection. You're working at it. You're working at trying to release this situation, to let it go, to release the past. But I see you still very much involved in it. Now, you could be also seeking out some sort of therapy, or talking to a close friend or a spiritual leader of some sort in order to address this. This can be a card of counseling. And I do see you also leaning into work, pouring yourself into work, being very silent, not really, giving up any of the information that you definitely have. But a lot of anxiety and feeling trapped in this situation. This person, I do feel like they may have legal issues. They're feeling very blocked right now. And they're just avoidant. They're emotionally avoidant. They're trying to avoid having any kind of difficulty. They are going to experience a financial loss, it looks like, by the end of the week. That's going to cause them a considerable amount of anxiety. For some of you, this person may not be able to pay an attorney or some kind of legal cost, but there is something that they feel very trapped in. For them, it looks like it's financial. For you, it looks like you feel trapped in this connection. But there's a lot of avoidance that's going on, and there's a lot of anxiety and a lot of avoidance, and there's secrets here that are being kept. So it's a lot. This is a lot going on, Taurus. So I feel for you. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. That is underlying energy, and it's a message. There's some sort of a message that is trying to come through, and that's underlying energy, but that message has yet to be delivered. All right, so I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. All right, so you have number 43. It says, manage to be glad. Create your own happiness regardless of conditions. And you know what? I got to say, that'll probably be a little bit tough, but it's a good goal to have. The reason is because of you're going through a very toxic situation. But let me read this for you and see if we get some wisdom here. It says, your happiness is in your own hands. It is something which can be managed, nurtured, and grown. Acknowledgement that life can be very difficult and challenging, but you are asked to grow the happiness you long for out of your magical will and desire to feel joy once again. So, don't give up hope here, Taurus, because, happiness is an inside job, but you are definitely dealing with some significant challenges. I hope that this has helped. I hope it's given you some clarification in the situation. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you can. And until I see you in your next reading, Taurus, know that you are love. And namaste.